Morning students. So we are going to start our fifth chapter of class 8 science, and the name of the chapter is coal and petroleum. Okay. So before starting our chapter, we all know what are coal and petroleum. These are natural resources. So before seeing what type of natural resources these are, first let's discuss what is natural resources. What are natural resources? Basically, the things which we get from nature are called natural, and the resources, anything which we use or anything which we require for the utilization or for fulfilling our needs and wants, they are called what? They are called resources. So here coal and petroleum, since we are getting it from nature and we are using it for fulfilling our needs and demands, that's why they are called natural resources. So here in this chapter also we are going to study about coal and petroleum and different types and varieties of coal, and how we get coal and how we get petroleum, and different types of resources. So let's start. Basically, the resources are divided into two classes: exhaustible natural resources and inexhaustible natural resources. So first let's discuss what are inexhaustible natural resources. Something which is present in unlimited quantity, means anything which is present in unlimited quantity, and by utilizing it also we will not going to finish it. Okay, such types of resources, such type of natural resources are called inexhaustible natural resources. Solar energy. Okay, it is the inexhaustible natural resource. Why? It is provided by nature, and secondly, it is not going to finish. Okay, water. It is also inexhaustible natural resource. Air. It is also inexhaustible natural resource. Now, what are exhaustible natural resources? Something which are present in limited quantity, and by continuous utilization of it, it will be finished soon. Such type of resources are called exhaustible natural resources, and coal and petroleum are also exhaustible natural resources. Means they are very important for us, but if we use continuously, then one day they will be going to finish. But there are, we all are what we think that we should use something in such a way that it will be not finished, and the these things should be also utilized by the coming generation. So we have to utilize anything in such a way that we can preserve it for the future generation also, so that they can also take the benefit of such resources. So in this chapter we'll be seeing the various types of exhaustible natural resources. Do you know students, these exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, natural gases, they are also called fossil fuels, since they are obtained from dead and decaying organisms. That's why they are also called what? They are also called fossil fuels. Okay, now let's see what is coal. Coal is also a exhaustible natural resource, and we all know about coal, and we all have seen also coal. Okay, it is black color solid substances. Earlier it was also used to run the rail trains and etc, and nowadays it is used to produce electricity. This coal is used to produce electricity. Okay, by heating water the steam is produced, then that steam is utilized to run the turbine, and ultimately the electrical energy is produced. So coal is a exhaustible natural resource. It is a fossil fuel, and it is used for various purposes, like for production of electricity. Earlier it was used for running trains and etc, and it is also used for cooking food etc. Now let us see how coal came into earth, or how it was formed. Coal is basically formed by the dead and decaying plants. Okay, earlier time, so many around 300 billion years ago, what happened there? The trees, generally the forest which were on the near down wetland areas, somehow due to some natural causes like flooding, were buried under the water. Later on, these forests were destroyed and slowly it was covered by the soil. Okay, then after so many years and due to high temperature and high pressure, these trees were converted into coals. Now understood how coals were formed? It were formed from the dead and decaying plants which were buried under the soil so many years ago, and due to high temperature and high pressure they were converted into coal. Students, since the carbon is the main product of your coal, so the process of conversion of dead and decaying plants into coal is also known as carbonization. What the process is known as? It is known as carbonization. Okay, now we will going to study the various types of things we can obtain from the coal. Yes, we can obtain various useful products while processing the coal in industry. Like we can obtain coke. So what is coke? Coke is basically obtained while processing the coal in industry, and it is a dark, solid, porous substance, and it is used for manufacturing steel. It is also used for extraction of various metals. Okay, the next thing which we can obtain while processing the coal is coal tar. This coal tar is a thick black liquid, and it is very unpleasant liquid, and it is made up of around 200 different substances. This coal tar is also used for leveling the roads. Okay, but nowadays instead of coal tar, bitumen, another type of substance, is used for leveling the road. This coal tar is used for obtaining various products which we use in our day-to-day life, in our everyday life, like plastics, paints, dyes, then various other substances which we are using in our day-to-day life. It is used to make such products also. The another type of coal product is coal gas. This coal gas, is obtained when we obtain coke from the coal. In the process during coke is obtained from the coal, while that process this gas is also produced. You know student, this gas was used for the first time in London in the year 1810 to light their street lamps. Yes, for lighting the street lamps London used it, and in 1820 New York used. But nowadays moreover using as a for the production of light, it is used to generate the heat energy. Okay, so this coal gas now it is used as a fuel also. So these were some of the products which we can obtain while processing the coal. Now let's see the petroleum. So students, our next fossil fuel is petroleum. We all know that where petroleum is used. It is used to run vehicles, it is used to run various motorbikes, trucks, etc. It is also used to run various machineries, it is used to produce electrical energy as well as heat energy. You know students, this petroleum is made up of various substances like petrol and diesel we obtain from petroleum. The word petroleum is derived from the word petra and oleum. Here the petra means rock and oleum means oil. Since this petroleum is obtained from between the rocks, that's why it is called petroleum. Now, how this petroleum was formed? This petroleum was formed by the dead and decaying vegetation, dead and decaying plant animals. As I told you that coal is formed by the dead and decaying plants, in the same manner, this petroleum was formed by the dead and decaying animals. So many years ago, million of years ago, when the organisms, some of the animals living in sea, they died, and due to as the time passes, what happens, a layer of soil is buries them in under. Okay, a layer of soil covers them. So later on, day by day, so many layers of soil ultimately covered them, and under there, so much of high temperature and pressure was present. Due to this high temperature and high pressure, they get ultimately converted into petroleum. And now we know that this petroleum, this coal, they are formed million of years ago, and we cannot make them in a 2 or 3 days or in a some years. If once these natural resources will be exhausted, then again we have to wait for million of years ago for their formation. That's why it is said to use them very wisely and to preserve them for the future generation also. Now, various substances are present in petroleum and they are separated from the petroleum while petroleum refining. Okay. Do you know, students, the first oil well was drilled in the year 1859 in Pennsylvania in USA, and after 8 years later in the year 1867 it was drilled in Makum in Assam. And now in India, these petroleum is generally found in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai, and river basins of Krishna and Godavari. Now, the petroleum is a dark colored oily liquid, and it is made up of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, then paraffin wax, etc. So, the process of separating these constituents from the petroleum is called petroleum refining, and it is generally carried out in petroleum refinery. Okay. Now, the various substances, various constituents of petroleums, they are used for various purposes such as for making detergents, for making dyes, for making plastics and other chemicals. Such constituents are known as petrochemicals. What are petrochemicals? These are the various constituents of petroleum. Next fossil fuel is natural gas. Okay, this natural gas is also obtained while processing various coal and petroleum. These natural gases, they are used for various purposes. They are also used for running vehicles. They are also used for the energy production. These natural gases generally are stored under high pressure, and they are also called compressed natural gases, CNG. And do you know, students, CNG is nowadays is used to run various vehicles because it is a clean source, it is a clean fuel, and it does not produces pollution. That's why it is also used to run vehicles. This CNG is also used for various other purposes, and we can say that these natural gases, they are very convenient to use. Why they are very convenient to use? Because they can be easily transported through pipelines. Okay, some of the pipelines of the natural gases are laid in Vadodara, in Gujarat, in Delhi, some parts of Delhi, and some other places. Since these fuels are very clean, does not produce pollution, so they are preferred more than coal and petroleum. Now they are also, as I told you, that running vehicles and etc. they are used. But do you know, students, these all, as I already told, these all are exhaustible natural resources, and if we will use them continuously, they will be finished at a time. So what we have to do, we have to use them very wisely in order to preserve them, conserve them for the future generation also. Conserving petroleum in India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association have set up some rules or advised people in order to conserve these fossil fuels. They are telling that we have to stop our engines at the place where we are not using, or at the place of traffic lights, etc. We have to run the vehicles very slow speed as far as possible. We have to check our tire pressure also at a time to time. We have to use a good quality of parts for our vehicle. So by using these some of the steps, we can use coal and petroleum and other natural gases. Thank you.